Hi, guys. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Let me see who's on so far. Oh, hi, Robin. Reading bedtime stories with your granddaughter. Oh, I bet you guys are having fun. That sounds like a nice evening. Hi, Marva and Becky. Oh, thanks for sharing, Becky, and liking. I appreciate that a lot. And Jill, hello from Northeast Ohio. Glad you're here. I don't think I've seen your name before. It could be you've watched before. I just don't remember your name. Glad you're here. Okay. We'll wait a little bit longer. The numbers are starting to go up on who's getting here. It always takes a little while for people to get notified. Oh, hi, Lorraine. Glad you're here. And Christy Nielsen, glad you're here too. Hi, Crystal. Let's see. Oh, you're from Christy's from Sydney, Australia. Glad you're here. Always love to have people from all over the country and all over the world here. It's fun. It makes it a lot more fun. Okay, now you're going to notice probably that you're seeing some hashtag door prizes. I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here. Yeah, the numbers are going up, so we'll go ahead and get started. I always start off with the door prize, and I'm going to give you guys, show you some new brochure that you can look at online. We don't have a printed version. For those of you that like to scrapbook, I have very good news for you. I've been wanting to get back into scrapbooking. I've been making cards for the last few years and just haven't had time to do scrapbooking. I really want to get back into it now that we've got some products that are geared more towards scrapbooking again. Because when I first started over 21 years ago, we did have a lot of scrapbooking supplies. We had scrapbooking kits and things like that. And then it just got to where it kind of changed to was just cards. Well, now we're going to have both again. Now that Close to My Heart makers have come into our fold, since Close to My Heart had to close a couple months ago. So looking forward to having that, but I'm going to be able to show you guys the brochure. Normally, they don't let us show the digital form of a new catalog until it comes out, but they've given us permission for the scrapbooking one. Not sure why, a little confusing, but since I can show it to you, I will. All I can show you for the new mini that's coming starting on Wednesday, is the cover, but I can show you the whole catalog for the scrapbooking stuff. Okay, so I'm seeing a bunch of people say hi here. I'm missing a bunch of people. Hold on here a second. Said hi, Lorraine, Crystal. Okay, I see a smiley face. Oh, hi, Peggy from South Carolina. Glad you're here. Hi, Debbie. Glad you're back. And April, you know what? Let's see. Let me look at something real quick. Yes, April, I am so glad you popped up. I'm going to hurry up and do this. I said I was going to start doing door prizes. You won a couple weeks ago, and I need your mailing address. So you are watching on YouTube. So if you look down in the video description below the video, you'll find a contact me link. Click on that, and then send me your mailing address using that, and I'll get these mailed out to you the beginning of next week. But I didn't want you to miss out on those. These were one of my favorites. These are just in time for fall. The adhesive back speckled dots when they're retired, but I wanted to get those out now that we're starting to think about fall projects. So make sure you give me your mailing address because I don't have that. Okay, so now I can put that to the side. I'm glad I saw your name. Congratulations. Oh, hi, Diana. Glad you're here. Okay. Now, Marva, I can't remember if I said hi to you. Hello. So while I've got this camera on my table, this is the door prize from last week. This is for everybody that did the hashtag door prize during the replay and the live. Now, the rules are you have to live in the United States. And if you want to be in the drawing, make sure you comment hashtag door prize and type it in just like, let me see if I get my finger down where it's supposed to be. Right here where you see hashtag door prize, type it in exactly like that. Because at the end of the video, I've got a program that will pick the winner. All the comments have hashtag door prize in them. You can have other things like you're saying hi and then do hashtag door prize. That's fine. But just make sure you get the hashtag door prize typed in exactly the way you see it. And you'll get put in a drawing first. The embellishments I'll show you here in just a minute. And if you're watching the replay, you've got to do the same thing, but you do need to live in the United States. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the drawing up the wheel. This is from last week, like I said. And this one I do on my own, put it all in the wheel because it's replay people and the people that were on last week. So I put everybody's names in there that did the hashtag door prize for last week's live. Let's see who wins. These are the rainbow adhesive back dots. And the winner is, okay, Patty. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it was someone else. Patty won last week. Her name was actually drawn twice last week. So let's go ahead and do that's somebody on my team. I know she'll understand. I let my team win, but that's a little too many times. She's getting her name is really lucky for some reason. Let's see who else we can get here. Ooh, I think this is somebody new. Oh, I thought it was going to be Colleen, but Lynn Hunt I think that's how you say it. Lynn watches a lot. So congratulations, Lynn. Get your name. Can't remember if you have won or not. And I don't know if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Here, let me get back to me now. There we go. So I want to make sure that if you're watching on YouTube, look down the video description, click that contact me link, and you can give me your mailing address that way. If you're watching on Facebook, click the learn more. I'm sorry, just message me. I got sidetracked there. Just message me from my page to give me your mailing address, and I'll get it mailed out to you. Okay. Now I'm going to start showing you the stuff for this week's live. So I'm going to switch here again. Okay, and then we've got these. These are actually will go with the cards that I'm making here tonight. These are not the embellishments that I'm featuring in the class, though. But these are the 2024 to 2026 In Color resin dots. So we've got the pretty and pink, peach pie, shy shamrock, petunia pop, and summer splash. So everybody tonight that has done hashtag door prize so far and throughout the video here tonight will get put in the drawing, and I will do the naming. Doing the winner. Boy, my brain is not working again tonight. Seems to happen every single week. Every time I get on here, get all flustered, can't think what to say. But I will do the drawing for this prize at the end of the video. So make sure you stay till the end of the live so you can find out if you won or not. So that's everybody did the hashtag door prize. Now, I always want to bring in something for the people. Oh, hi, Lynn. Good. I thought you might be on here. Congratulations. Glad you won. Okay. And you're going to message me. Good. Now, these are the adhesive backed pearl trio. And these are for everybody that's here watching live here tonight. So you'll get put in that wheel you just saw a second ago. And everybody that's watching the replay. And if you're watching the replay, you have until next Thursday, which will be September 5th at noon Eastern time, because that's when I start putting everybody's names in the wheel. So if you're in the live, you've already done the hashtag door prize, you're good for the drawing for this and the drawing for this. If you're watching the replay, you have got until next Thursday, noon Eastern time, which would be September 5th. Okay, we are done with the door prize, and I want to show you something. I need to get some things set up here. I'm going to switch back to me. I'm going to share my screen. I didn't want to share two at the exact same time because it really slows down. Oops, where did it go? Well, that's weird. I should be able to see the, okay, I'm going to try this in the background here. Capture for your screen. Oh, okay. I guess I won't be showing you. Tell you what, that stinks. Google's not letting me do it. I have to do something. I don't want to do all that, make you guys wait. Doggone, I was excited about that. Let me see if I can get it. It was some fluke, but I have a feeling it isn't. You know what? I just thought of something. I'll just keep talking, but I'll get that fixed for next week because I can do this another way. I'll beat Google at their own game. But I want to show you the scrapbooking stuff. But there are, if you want to see the catalogs that are current right now, the only ones I can share digitally is the annual catalog because that's been going on since May, and then the scrapbooking one. And then I will, to this page, I will also add the new spring mini, the holiday mini. That'll start Wednesday, and that's when I'll be able to put that up. But there is a link down in the video description. If you're watching on YouTube, just click on the catalogs link down there, and you'll be able to find the link to the scrapbooking brochure. And this one will only be available online. There's not a paper version of this. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, there's a Learn More button at the top of the page. And you're going to want to go ahead and click on the learn more, and there you'll find the link to the catalog page. Okay. So I want to tell you that. But while I'm talking, I was hoping I could multitask, but it's a little hard to. Let me get my Stampin' Up thing up here. You can't see what I'm doing in the background, but I want to show you this catalog. I'm going to do it online instead because I saved it to my computer, but it is not letting me do it. Okay, I'm going to have to do it this way because I'm really wanting to show it to you, and I know a lot of you are going to want to see it. And if you've been looking for Halloween products, you're going to see some. We've got some in the online exclusives. If you've been watching my 12 Weeks of Fall and Halloween, you've seen the two, the stamp set and the bundle that's in there. But we're also going to have some paper. Where did this go? There we go. Click here, go to another page, and then I can click on the. Okay, now I'm going to be able to share this with you. Okay, share. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but you're going to be glad you get to see it here. There it is. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a weird looking screen though. I don't know why it's doing that. Here, let me see if I can get that to go up a little bit. Well, it's not letting me. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. But I will be able to show it to you here a little bit more here. There's some of this. You can see that cute scrapbook page. I want to see if I can make this bigger. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I want to go. Oh, well, we'll just keep doing this. So there's this. I thought I could get rid of some things, but it's not letting me. Oh, it would have let me if I could have shown it to you off my out of my computer. But oh yes, we have going to have two-tone paper. I'm sorry, I'm sure I've missed a bunch of people here. Okay, I've seen a bunch of hashtag door prizes. Okay, good. I don't think I've missed any. Oh, hi Beth. I hadn't seen you yet. And Jeanne, glad you guys are here. Okay, so now we're going to have two-tone cardstock. Yes, 12 by 12. Eventually, they have told us we are going to have packs of all of the Stampin' Up colors in this 12 by 12 paper. And I think the goal is by the next annual catalog. If I'm remembering right, I may be wrong there, but we have a few here. As you can see, there's garden green, pool party, basic black, and real red. So you can see in the little corner right there that it's oh, that shows you the other side. So you can have two tones, which I think is pretty cool. I'm excited. I'll make sure you're still seeing. Yeah, that is so weird. I wish I could make that look better, but we'll keep going. I was going to print it off because it's a little easier just to show you print off, but that was going to use up too much ink. When you tear it, our cardstock, like our 8.5 by 11, is the color is all the way through the paper. There is no white core. In this paper, there's a white core. So when you tear it, you can see that little white tear edge across the top. You'll have that. And then that shows you how you can have the regular garden green, and there's the lighter version in the punched out part. There's just a lot of different things. I can't wait to start playing with it, and I can tell you some more stuff. We're also going to have a new white. This is a white willow. It's very close to the white daisy. Actually, it is white daisy, but they changed the name. That's what I was thinking. Somebody else said it was in between white daisy and white willow, and I didn't think that was right. What it is the white daisy color. They've just changed it to white willow, because you know how with all our colors it starts with the same letter, like Summer Splash and Berry Burst. So that's why they changed it to white willow. So if you liked white daisy, if you bought Close to My Heart stuff, that's where we've got that white now. Then we've got our reindeer memories, and the neat thing is these scrapbook kits are going to coordinate, not all of them, but they coordinate with some of the products and the new mini that's coming out. So this will coordinate with that reindeer suite, which you've seen me make something. I've done well, if you haven't don't watch my recorded videos, you'll want to check out my YouTube videos. And I did something with this reindeer days, I think is what it's called. But they've got sticker sheets, the 12 by 12 paper. There's what those scrapbook kits make. So those are really cute layouts. You can see the big version of that one. But you can also, if you don't want the full kit, You can also just buy the designer series paper and the sticker sheet. So you can't get the designer sheet, the designer paper by itself. You will automatically get the sheet, the sticker sheets, which I think is a pretty good deal. So you can get that for $17 for just the paper and the sticker sheets. You can also get the stamp set. Let me see, with the kit, does the stamp set come with the kit? You think I would know that? I don't think it does. I think it's separate. Yeah, so the kit, you get everything you see right here in this picture, which is a really good deal. And then the stamp set, there's the paper. A lot of really neat designs in that. Like I said, you'll be able to see this better if you click on that catalog page link. And then there are all the papers that you can get with it. Looks like real red. I'm not sure what all those colors are, but those are Granny Apple Green, maybe Garden Green, Early Espresso, and Pecan Pies. What are my guests? That probably says somewhere, but I'm not going to go back and read it. Then there's another one that goes with the Snow Day Suite. I think that's what it's called, in the mini. So we've got the sticker sheets. There are the pages that you make with the kit. Of course, you can change them up any way you want. That's just what they give you. And you do get instructions for it. And you can also make these into cards. If you don't do scrapbooking, you can definitely change and use these elements with your card making too. I'm excited, like I said, to start doing my scrapbooking again. I am super far behind. And once again, there's the stamp set. So up here, oh, there's the stamp set there. So notice how it's more, that Festive Memories, that is a nice big title that you could put on your scrapbook page. So I think that's pretty cool. And that's the same way with this stamp set for this one. It's got a bunch of neat big titles that you could put on your scrapbook page with, and also with the cardstock, 12 by 12 cardstock. Here's the one I'm excited about the Christmas ones too, but right now, since I'm doing my fall and Halloween, 12 weeks of fall and Halloween, I'm needing some Halloween paper. So I can't wait. I'm going to be ordering this first thing on Wednesday, because that's when these are available, starting September 4th on Wednesday. So we've got the, so there's the sticker sheet. There's a designer series paper. And then you also get the cardstock, and you can see the cardstock behind the paper. So that's everything. You get the cardstock that coordinates with the designer series paper and the sticker sheets. And then there are the pages. And then we've got, ooh, that's a neat one. And then once again, you can buy just the designer series paper and the sticker sheets, and just the stamp set, or just the cardstock. That's right. I forgot about that. That's the other option. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a Thanksgiving one, or a fall one. So I'll stop here. It's getting a little late, so I didn't want to take too long on this. But like I said, if you want to see this even close up, oh, I love those papers. Aren't those pretty? I'm needing some fall paper too. And there's a good stamp set. That's the end. But that's a lot of scrapbooking stuff. They had to get this going so quickly. It was, oops, there we go. It was unbelievable how quick they got this together. Normally it takes 2 years for them to get new product, a new catalog going. They did this really, really quick, because close to my heart didn't close. Well, the makers came in April, and I think they've been working on it really super fast to get it going. So I'm excited. I'm glad. That's why I didn't make it in the mini catalog, because the mini catalog was already done. That's why they had to do a separate brochure. Yeah, Polly, I'm with you. I can't wait to get all this stuff. And hi, by the way. Hi, Ann. Let's see here. And hi, Marlene and Mary Pat. Glad you guys are here. Okay, now we're going to get started like we normally do, but I just wanted to show you that new scrapbooking stuff. I'm excited about that. Okay. And like I said, too, if you're not into scrapbooking, you just like card making, you can definitely use that stuff for card making, too. All right. I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to start talking about the class now. We're all done with that. We're done with the door prize. I will show the door prizes again here at the end of the video in case you missed that. I'll go ahead and take this down for right now. And I want to show you the bundle that I'm going to be featuring. Well, no, first off, I want to tell you about the class. If you place a $40 order before shipping and tax using the host code you see there on the screen, you will get the card kits to make 2 each of the cards I'm doing tonight. And any of the die cutting that was done with die sets that were not part of the Sketched Butterflies bundle, I do that for you. So we can tell I've embossed a few things. These 2 things have embossing in them. And then I did use the essentials, no, the nested essentials dies. So that did that die cutting for you. And I also use the decal circles. So those will be dyed. So you get what you see here. That's what you get in the card kits. So that is with the $40 order using that host code. And that's before shipping and tax. And if you were still have your bonus days coupons, it's after you redeem those too. And you want to hurry up and redeem those. You've only got till the end of the day, Saturday. It'll be 11:59 p.m. Mountain time on Saturday. But I want to tell you real quick, there were some glitches in the other countries in Europe and South Pacific. Right now, the U.S. hasn't any glitches, but just to be on the safe side, if you haven't redeemed your coupons, it'd be best if you do it by 11 by tomorrow, because that way you can call Stampin' Up if there's a problem and they can take care of it. And they can also monitor the glitches on Friday. Saturday, they're closed, but they said if you can't do it on Friday and you really can't, the only time you can get your order done is on a Saturday, that's fine. Still do it. If there's a glitch, call Stampin' Up at 1-800-STAMP-UP first thing Monday, and they'll take care of it for you. But they don't think there's, right now, like I said, there haven't been any glitches in the US, so hopefully it'll stay that way. But I wanted to give you that warning real quick. So that is with that. After Saturday, it's just before shipping and tax for the $40 to get the kits. Then if you benefit up to $50 order before shipping and tax and after the coupons are redeemed, you will get the 2024 to 2026 In Color Shimmer Gems. So these are different from those reds and dots, and you'll see how they're really shiny. It's got all 5 colors. There's another color up here. You just can't see it. And I think it's Petunia Pop is up here. So you'll get this full pack, brand new, free if you do that $50 order before shipping and tax and after you redeem your coupon. But make sure you use that host code. I've had a few people place orders this week, and they did not use the host code. And you can call Stampin' Up and have them add it. I can't do it for you. But if you wait till after it's shipped, and they're shipping pretty fast right now, I'm impressed with how fast they're shipping, they cannot add it. Once it's shipped, they can't add the host code. So the reason you have to do that host code, the Stampin' Rewards I get from all the orders using that host code, that's how I get the embellishments and some of the cardstock to defer my costs so I can give you this stuff free. So that's why I have you use the host code. So that's really important. But if your order is $150 before shipping and tax and after you redeem your coupons, do not use that host code. You'll still get all of this from me, but you'll also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, because I don't want you to miss out on getting your Stampin' Rewards. So that's how that goes, and I will go over that again. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to watch the comments. I know I've been missing some here, but seeing a bunch of hashtag door prizes, so I think I'm okay right now. It's pretty soon, I know you'll be commenting on the cards, so I'll try my best to be paying attention. If I ever miss a question, I go back and look at the comments, and I'll reply back to you. Okay, let's see this cute bundle. Thankfully, the cards don't take that long. That was a big introduction. Usually doesn't take that long. We've got the Sketched Butterflies bundle. I think this is so cool. I love the look of these butterflies. We've had butterfly, I think we have a butterfly set, at least one, about every catalog, I think, every annual catalog anyway. This is really, really neat. And I love that there are dies for all of the, these main ones. There isn't one for the small ones. These are more to be used for backgrounds, which you'll see me do that here tonight. Love the fonts and the greetings. They're standalone dies. I'll be using all of these. Actually, the only die I'm not using tonight is this one. This one fits with this one. So if you wanted to have like glitter paper and cardstock layers, you could do that. And you could see through, like this could be the glitter paper and this could be the top. And you could see the glitter in the holes, something like that. So that's different things you can do with it. But I just did not use that. But I did use all the dies. You're going to see me use all the butterflies and only 2 greetings. I did not use the thinking of you and the hope is a beautiful, the hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. So I did not use those 2, but everything else that you see here, I'm using. So you get to see it all in action. And I'm going to show you different ways to color. When you look at this, you're like, oh, these are going to take a while to color. They're really quick and easy. And I've got a couple different ways you can color it. There are even more ways than what I'm going to show you here tonight. I wanted to show you that. Now, the bundle itself, if you want both of these together, you save 10%, and it's $49.50. If you only get the stamp set, it's $26. And if you only get the dice set, it's $29. But if you purchase them together with the $49.50, that saves you 10%. So that's always the best deal. Oh, hi, Lynn Kuntz. I'm glad you're here. Kuntz, and Victoria, I'm glad you're here too. I just saw your name pop up. Okay, now I'm going to grab the first card kit. Now it's time to get going here. I'm going to get this ticker out of the way so you guys can see a little better. I'll keep that host code up there. Now, if you can't remember the host code after the video or how all this works, because I know I've got a few new people I haven't seen on here before, you'll want to, on YouTube, look down the video description. You'll find all the links there. Just click on that card class at home link in the video description, and that'll give you all the information for this class. But if you look at it after September 4th, then you'll see what I'm currently offering. This one is good until September 4th. So you need to get your orders in before then or by then. If you're watching on Facebook, click that Learn More button and then click on the one that says Get Free Stuff when you order from me. That's the one that'll take you to the same page. Okay, so done with all that. Let's make some cards. This is my favorite part of the class. Well, that showing you that scrapbook brochure, that was kind of fun. But this is my favorite part, showing you guys how to make these cards. Love this purple. This is Petunia Pop. If you haven't got any of the new in colors, you really need to get them. They're so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get this folded in half from a regular card base. Grab my bone folder. I always use my bone folder because it gives me a nice crisp crease. I'm going to get this pencil out of the way because it's going to bug me. Okay, now I'm going to do some stamping here. I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. This is a red rubber. It's cling. So whenever you see something that says cling stamps, this is what they are. They still go on the clear blocks, and they're removable. You just take them off. There's special labels you put on the back that are sticky that keep it to stay on the block while you're using them. But you can peel these off and put them back in your case. And they come in, you saw the little CD case I showed you. So that's how you store them. But what I'm going to be using, I'm actually using the 3 smaller butterflies in the set. And I'm going to stamp them with Memento. And you know what? Because there's a little bit of detail to these, you don't have to use the Stampin' Pierce mat. But I'm going to use it here just to make sure I get a good impression when I stamp this. When they're detailed like this, I use this all the time. You definitely want to use them with their photopolymer. Those are the clear stamps. But when they're detailed like this in the rubber, I still use it for sure. Because it just gives a nice support and you get that nice crisp image. You don't have to worry about any spaces that don't get on the paper. Okay, now I'm going to do, and whenever I use my Memento, you can see I'm kind of twisting it when I got it on the stamp set and then tap it. That inks it up so much better. I haven't been able, there are times if I don't do that twisting, I don't get it. I get spots that don't ink up very well. So I don't know why this works. Our classic ink pads, you don't have to do that. I just do it with the Memento. There we go. So I don't know if I told you the size of this one. This one was a 5.5 by 2. So that gave me plenty of room to get all 3 of those. Now these I'm going to color with my blends, which you've seen me do blends before, but I wanted to show you how quick and easy. A lot of times I'll do the coloring ahead of time. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to use Peach Pie, and I'm going to use the dark one. I'm actually not going to do any blending this time. So I'm going to take the dark, make sure it's the dark, because it is so hard to tell with this Peach Pie which one you got. So you definitely want to check that out. When I first started coloring these yesterday, when I made these cards, I picked up the wrong one and I had to start all over again. So these little circular, I guess ovals, they're ovals shapes. I'm going to do with the dark. And then where I see all these lines here, I'm making that the dark too. It's over here. And they're not exactly the same on both wings, which is the way a real butterfly is, which I think is cool. And I'm going to go over it one more time just to make sure I get it good and dark. And I thought I saw a comment pop up, but I didn't. I had to stop there for a second and see if I was missing anybody. And now I'm going to take my light and just color in the rest of it. And I love our blends with our Stampin' Right markers. I still love our Stampin' Right markers. There are things I'd rather use that for. But when I'm doing big images like this, I like the blends better because you don't get those marker lines you get with the regular markers. These just color so good. The trick is to keep them, you use a light touch and use brush strokes. If you go too hard, then you'll start fraying your tip. As long as you use a light touch, you don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to make this little section just a little bit darker. It's almost going to have 3 tones to it. The very edges, I'm not going to put any more of the light peach pie. I kind of want the ends to look a little lighter. Okay, that one is done. That went quick. Now I'm going to grab the Pretty in Pink. Make sure that's the dark one. And this is the same. Now this one, you can see this oval type. They're not really ovals, but you know what I mean. Sections of the wings. I'm going to do that with a dark Pretty in Pink. And one down here. I think over it again to make it a little bit darker. And then the rest of it is going to be done with the light. And you could do a bunch of different colors. You do not have to just stick with one color using both shades. But that's what I decided to do with mine, because you know how butterflies, monarch butterflies, have different colors. You can make these any way you want them. But I was trying to make it so there weren't too many blends in case you don't own that many. I try to limit the colors I use when I do these classes. So I've got the dark Petunia Pop. Now this one's I'm going to do a little bit different. We've got these little sections here in the middle. And then you can see how there's so much black line. There's so many black lines here. I think that needs to be a little darker. So I'm going to do that with the dark Petunia Pop. And the neat thing with this being sketched, if you leave a couple white spaces, that is okay. Like I didn't get all the way to that edge. That just kind of goes with the sketched look, I think. I'll go over and make sure I get it dark again. Now with the Petunia Pop, you definitely want to do a second layer of the dark, because I think these two are really, shades are really close together. So I'm going to make sure I only use one of the Petunia Pop. You can definitely see the difference if you do the 2 layers of the dark and then just 1 layer of the light. There we go. I'm already done coloring those in. So there are those. But if you notice, see how there's still a lot of white in the bodies? If you want to keep it that way, you definitely can. But if you're like, okay, that's just too much white for me, grab a blender pen, because this is our Tuxedo Memento. It does not bleed with the alcohol markers, but it does if you get it really wet. Now, I have used my blender pens and watercolored with our ink pads before, and it didn't bleed, but I didn't keep going over it over and over and over again. I'm going over it quite a bit, and now it's starting to bleed because it is water-based. Take that black off of there. And now you can tell it's kind of darkened them in a little bit, but just right, you can still see the detail. When I made the second card, I'll show you that. I'll try to remember to show you the original. I used a smoky slate Stampin' Up marker, and it just darkened it up a little too much. And then when I tried this was exactly what I was looking for. So it makes it so the white's not quite as bright, but it darkens it up a little bit so you don't have that white in there. Oh, hi, Debbie Franklin. That's okay. This is the first card. I end up having a big long introduction because I was showing the new scrapbooking brochure, but you can watch the replay anytime you want to once the live's over. I'm glad you could make it. Okay, so we've got this all done here. And then you're going to find in the kit, if you get it, this was done with the Nested Essentials dies. And love these dies too. I used the number 2. Number 1 is the smallest, so this was the one that I die cut. Get it away from there. There you go. To get this. So yours will be die cut if you get the set, the card kits, I mean. Here's the thank you. Oops. Hitting a bunch of things that are off screen. Now I'm going to put the tuxedo black on here. And I'm going to stamp this in the middle. There we go. So the thank you, I think I've got everything stamped. No, I take that back. I need to do the inside still. So this is a 4x5 1/4 inch piece of basic white. And I'm going to take the big butterfly that's in the set, and I'm going to stamp it with Petunia Pop. This looks pretty if you just stamp it in the color. And I'm just going to put a partial, because it's a big one. I'm just going to do it partially here in the corner. Oop, I thought I turned that off. There we go. So we've got that there. Now I'm going to grab the Pretty in Pink and the medium or the smaller flower. I'm used to doing flowers. Of the two small butterflies, I want the full one. And then clean that off because I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink. Definitely don't want to put black in my Pretty in Pink ink pad. I'm going to stamp this one right here. So if you want more room to write stuff, then don't put that pink butterfly in. I thought it needed a little more. So there's the inside of the card. So that is done. So now I'm going to bring in a die cutting machine. So I need to move some things out of the way here. This. Oops. Oh, good, Crystal. I'm glad you like that tip. I'm guessing the blender pen. I looked up a little too late. Okay, so now I need to grab the dies. And I need this one. So the three smaller ones. This is for the big butterfly that you saw me stamp here just a second ago. We'll be using that one on the second card. So I'm going to put this right here. Make sure you get the image in there. And something I learned, you really want to look at the body here, the body of the butterfly. Make sure that you've got the bottom in this little area here and that you see the antennas aiming towards these two little upside down V's right here. That helps you know you've got it in the right place. I was looking more at the wings the first time I was doing these, and all my butterflies were off just a little bit. So let me bring this a little closer. So you've got these little places right here at the top. Well, there we go. They're a little pointed right here. You want to make sure those antennas are lined up going up there, and make sure the bottom of the body is going in that little area right there. If you've got, and then I still double check and look at the wings to make sure it all looks good. So now that I've got the body in there good, I'm looking at the wings. That looks pretty good. Except I just moved it. There we go. And this one you don't have to worry about that quite as much. I still would make sure you've got both the antennas showing up here because you can see all the antennas with this one. And I think I'm going to use 2 on that one. Okay, then I need another standard cutting plate on top. Run this through. Oh yeah, I like that, doing that corner trick with the big butterfly too, Robin. Okay. Now, I've got this one ready to go. And this one, I like this peach pie color with this butterfly. I think it looks pretty. Got this one. I think these look, I like them, like the butterflies when they're not comical, but more cartoony looking. But I really like them when they look a little more realistic, like these do. Okay, and I want to show you how I did this. This is what was a 3x4 inch piece of the Unbounded Beauty DSP. And when I say DSP, that's Designer Series paper. This Unbounded Beauty paper is actually on sale, but you've only got till Saturday too. So the coupons end on Saturday, and so is the DSP sale, which you saved 15%. So I didn't bring the Unbounded Beauty with me. I've used it before, but you can go to my online store and then do a search and just put Unbounded Beauty, and the DSP will show up, and you can see all the designs in it. It's a really pretty paper. But what I did, grab my deckled circles. These are $37. If you want these, I use these a ton. You've seen me use them a ton. Tons of circles. I use the number 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the one I used. And I just lined this up. Well, you know what? Let me grab. Well, here we go. Let's see if I can just fit this back in here. I don't know if this is the exact same one. It probably isn't, so it's probably not going to line up perfectly. But this all was one piece of paper. And I put this on here. I just had the edge of this be right up against the edge of the paper and then ran it through. Okay. That was to save on paper. I could have done a 4x4, but then I saved an inch of my paper by doing a 3x4 inch piece because I knew I was going to be cutting off that half circle. So that worked out perfect. So that's how if you do this on your own, that's how I cut that out. Okay, so let me get these put away. Oh, hi, Donna. Good, I'm glad you're liking them. Oh, hi, Christy. I just saw you pop up. Oh, you're fine. I showed off the scrapbooking brochure, so I'm still on card number 1. So I'm running a little behind tonight myself. I wanted to show that to everybody. Okay, so that's how I got this piece that you'll find in the kit. So I did the die cutting for this for the kits, but this is if you're doing it on your own. Okay, now I'm done with the die cutting machine, at least for right now. Bring in everything else again. This is a piece of peach pie, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and I use the Dashing Designs, brand new, well, not brand new, came out in the annual catalog. Can you believe let's see, May, June, July, August. We've already gone through over 3 months of the annual catalog. I can't believe it. We're coming up on 4 months, actually. So it's a little hard to see the design in this, but that's the size of it. It's a 3D, and that's what it looks like when you emboss it. This is a 3 3/4 by 5. Grab my seal, and I'm going to put it in the middle of this piece of basic black. It's going to be a narrow border. I was originally going to just put this directly on the petunia pop, but then I thought, hey, it needs something else. So this is a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So that's just an eighth of wider and an eighth longer than this peach pie, because I only wanted a narrow. That's why I didn't go up a full 1/4 inch. I just did the eighth. And then I'll go ahead and put this circle on while I'm at it. I'm going to make sure I go all the way down the straight edge here. And then I'll just put a few here. And this will go right here in the center, up and down. But line up the edge, the straight edge of the DSP with the straight edge of the peach pie layer. Okay. Now we can go ahead and put this on the card base. Oh, thanks, Cindy, for sharing. Cindy Howard, appreciate that. I love having more people see my videos. More the merrier. Okay. Put this right here in the center. There we go. And now I'm going to grab the butterflies and my thank you. I'm going to put the thank you down first. I'm not going to push it down all the way. I'm just going to put some adhesive on here. Oh, I've got a spot of adhesive on here. I thought I did. That cleaned off. And I know I want it about right here. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to tap it a little bit so it's barely on there, enough that it's not going to move on me while I'm figuring stuff out. But I do know I want to put these on with dimensional. So I'm going to turn these over. And I kind of liked being able to kind of fold these up a little bit so they look like the wings he's really flying away. So I'm going to use very few of these dimensionals. Oops, don't need the minis. I'm going to put one right here in the middle of the pretty pink one. And I'm only going to use one here in the middle of my peach pie one too. And this one is going to be a little harder to make it go up. I might still just do one. I did 2 on my original. Let me see here. You know what? I will just do that and we'll see how it looks. I'm sure that'll hold it, since one's going to hold these with no problem. Take your pick tool, take off the paper backings. Now I'm just going to lay these down also in case I want to move them. I do know I want the pink one to be down here, kind of going over the greeting just a little bit. I'm going to put this one about right here. Now these I'm not pushing down at all right now, just because those dimensionals, it's very hard to get that. You know what? It's easier when you've got your original to look at. That looks fine. So now I'm going to push everything down because I want it to stay down now. And then I can kind of pop these up a little bit. There we go. And I'm almost done. I still have bling to put on there. I'm going to go ahead and put the inside of the card in first, though. Once we've got that ready to go. Oh, Victoria, I love the peach pie too. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, thanks. You said great. She said great coloring. Thank you. I appreciate that. So there's the inside done. I'm going to bring in these, and now I can kind of show you, hopefully. Sometimes it's still hard to tell in the videos. These are really shiny. I love how they shimmer. That's what they're called, shimmer gems. We've got the Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, and Peach Pie. Now you can, I don't know if you can tell, there is a little bit, oh yeah, it's not showing up very well. There is a difference. You can tell these look a little bluer and these are greener. So that's how I know that that's Shy Shamrock and that's the Summer Splash. What I used was the Petunia Pop. So those are the ones here at the top. I'm going to use a big one. As you can see, the large ones are here on the left. The small ones are on the right. I'm going to grab a big one and put it up here. And then a small one. I'm going to group this. So this is going to count as one. Then I'm going to grab another big one. Oops, I almost grabbed a pretty pink. I'm going to put this one on the banner. I thought that needed a little something. And grab another small Petunia Pop and put it right there. So like I've said before, you rule of an odd number. 3 is usually what I end up using. I know these are 4 gems, but this counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3. That kind of gives you a little triangle. But you could go with 5. Sometimes even does work. I mean, you can break the rules, of course, but usually to make it look nicer, using an odd number like 3 or 5 works really well. Oh, thanks, Robin. Yeah, they are pretty colors together. I really like them. And I was surprised. I really like that black. It really helps the peach pie pop. So that is the first card, all done. Like I said, the cards go together pretty quick. Introduction took a while, but everything else is going to go super quick here. So now I'm going to grab card number 2. This one is using Summer Splash. Oh, thanks, Marlene. I'm glad you like the colors. So this is Summer Splash. These new In Colors are so pretty. I'm glad we've still got another year and a half, well, over a year and a half with them. And you never know, in a few years, we'll have another color revamp. We just had one, so it's going to be a few more years, probably like 3 or 4, but they may come back, but you never know. We've had some In Colors that I've loved that never came back, so make sure you get them before they're gone. And whenever you buy the ink, ink pads with the In Colors, I suggest getting the ink refill. That way, if it ever dries up on it takes a while for those to dry up. But when you need it, you'll have the ink refills, and that'll last a lot longer for you. Oh, thanks, Cindy. I'm glad you liked that last card. Okay, so that was the regular 8.5 by 5.5. Folded it in half for the card base. All of my cards tonight are going to be with the fold on the left. I was going to do one like this, and it just didn't, none of them turned out that way. Now, if you get the kits, there are 2 white pieces that are really close together. The one that is narrower and taller, this is for the butterfly, and this is enough to do both butterflies for both of your cards. This is the inside of the card. And I will go ahead. Like I said, I'd like using this Stampin' Pierce mat. And what I did, I used the medium-sized butterfly. And once again, I'm going to use the Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to put down here. He's smaller, so I'm going to show the whole thing here. And I will show you how to color him in just a minute. I'm going to put him to the side. Now I'm going to bring in that big piece. This was, I don't think I told you the size of this one. It's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the way you want to stamp it, we're going to do the big, oops, had something, there we go. Black, the big butterfly, I mean. Once again with the Tuxedo Black Memento. And you're going to want to stamp it, if you get the kit, this way. And that will give you plenty of room to do your other butterfly for your second card there. And last but not least, on the stamping, there's not a lot of stamping on this one. You're going to find this. This is also from that Nested Essentials. Let's see if I can reach them here. There we go. I'm going to use, you're going to see me use every single shape. It just worked out that way. The first card I made was actually with this, and then the others just came together. And once again, I'm going to use the number 2 of the rectangle. So it's the number 2 of this one, number 2 of this one, and it will be the number 2 of this one for the last card. Okay, now I'm going to grab the birthday greeting and Berry Burst. Oh, Christy, you want to know how often do I re-ink? Just when it starts to get dry. It depends on how much you use it. I probably have to re-ink mine more than normal because I'm making cards all the time. And plus, when I did classes, now I don't have to even re-ink them as much as I used to. When I did classes here at my house, I was re-inking them more because people were using them all the time. It just, when it starts to not stamp very good, then you want to re-ink. So it's really hard to give you a time. It just depends on when it just starts. You can just notice it's not stamping quite right, then you want to re-ink it. And one of these times I don't have a re-inker over here. If I will make sure if I ever have an ink pad I can tell starting to dry, I'll bring it with me to one of the lives and show you how to re-ink it. It's really easy. Now with stamping, I'm going to do it center up and down, but I want it more to the left. I'll put that down. Ooh, I did that one cockeyed. This one, they did not put on very good. I forgot about that. So I don't want to look at the letters. I want to look, or do I? I think I do want to look at the letters. Well, if it gets cockeyed again, I'll not. Oh, well, that's fine. That's funny. I stamped it perfectly with my card. I even stamped it twice because I changed how I was going to do it. That's aggravating. Well, I'll just do it with this one because this one is more on the left than that one ended up being. So you do want it more to the left. And that is all we need to do in the stamping. I'm going to bring in the big butterfly here. Oh, you're welcome, Crystal. Now I'm going to bring in a sponge dauber. You've seen me do this before. This is actually called the burnishing effect. I'm going to grab, or technique. I'm going to grab my scrap paper here. With my petunia pop, I'm going to pick up some ink. I'm going to brush off some here because I don't want it to be very dark. And with a very, very light touch, I'm going to color in the wings. I don't want to get it on the body. But the first time I did this, I ended up making the body purple and it just didn't look right. So do try to stay on the wings. If you go outside of the lines out here, no big deal because we're going to be die cutting it and that actually kind of goes with the effect that we're going for. I'm using a very light touch because you can always add ink. You can't take it away. At least it's harder to take it away. Oh, hi, Candy. Just saw you put down hashtag door prize. Glad you made it. Okay, now in the middle, I kind of want it to be a little darker. So I'm kind of going over it again a little bit, using a little more pressure. There, that looks pretty good. And like I said, I'm fine with it going outside the lines here because I'm going to be die cutting it. But I forgot to do this. So I'm kind of glad I did that because that kind of tells you that was a lot darker than I wanted it, but I'll make it work. So whenever you get more ink, make sure you take some off. You could probably go a long time without re-inking it. There, I'm making it work. There we go. And I think I'll make this side a little bit darker right here. There we go. So that's how I colored that one in. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Take a little bit of ink off of here and try to just do the wings and definitely not do the body. This one I might want to stay in the lines a little bit more because it's not going to be die cut. So I'm leaving a little white around the edges, which I think looks kind of cool with this one. You could do the same thing with a big one. You could leave some white space too. But I went out of the lines a little bit, but it still has that neat effect. So I just didn't want it to stay black. And that one I'm making lighter than I did on the front. I kind of liked that. Okay, now I'm going to take my blender pen again, do that little trick because that's just a little too much white for me. Just keep going over it till the ink starts to bleed. And do the same thing with this one. And I know this is going to look a lot better. I'm going to try to remember to get my original out so you can see the difference between doing it with a blender pen versus doing it with like the smoky slate marker. Okay, put that to the side. I just need to die cut that butterfly. So let me get these pieces out of the way. Okay. Oh, I put it a little too far away. There we go. Okay. And I think I forgot to tell you, if you haven't die cut with our standard cutting, I can't talk. Stampin' die cutting machine. I know I didn't say the name right. For some reason, I can't think of it tonight. You need the base platform number 1, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. Die plate and standard cutting plate. I'm going to bring this in. Actually, I think I will just do it this way. I'm going to get the big butterfly die this time and do the same thing with this one. I'm looking up here, making sure those antennas, okay, I'm going to look at the bottom of the wings here, make sure those little pieces are in there, filling in that opening. Then when it looks like I've got everything lined up, I'm looking at these antennas to make sure I see them in that both of them right here in this little notch up here, and I do. I can also see them a little bit in those holes that are right there, so that's going to help me know also. But sometimes you can't see through those holes. Oh, thanks, Crystal. Says she loves how I explain things. I'm glad, because sometimes I feel like I'm not making any sense. Okay, especially with lives. There's pressure when you're doing a live because you can't edit any of your mistakes out. But I've been doing these long enough now, I don't get nervous anymore. Boy, did I used to get nervous. Shoo. I still do, especially if there's technical difficulties, but I've been doing these for a while now, so I'm not too bad anymore. So there we go. There's that butterfly. And that is all the die cutting for this card. Get this out of the way. Have to bring that back in for the last one. Grab all the pieces again. And with the ribbon in the card kit, this is a 14-inch piece. You want to fold it in half. Get my good ribbon scissors. And then cut there the loop. And then you've got your two 7-inch pieces for both your cards. We just need a 7-inch for the one card I'm making here right now. This is a pretty piece of that Unbounded Beauty. Isn't that gorgeous? The colors are like, that's pretty peacock, calypso coral. You can see a little bit of the peach pie, the pretty in pink. That's the summer splash. I don't see the shy shamrock. I think that's the only color I don't see in this one. That's one of the other colors. Now I like this side, and you're going to see me use this side on the next card. But this one I wanted the flowers. So this is a 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece. I think I forgot to say that. Let's see. Yvette says that is good because it's nice to see that I am not alone making mistakes. Oh, you will see me make many mistakes. You are definitely not alone. Okay, so this is a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to put this all the way. So I'm lining up the bottom edge and the left edges together. And it looks like it's a little too long, which is fine. I'm going to turn this over. It's a lot of over. Sometimes when you emboss a piece, it does shrink a little bit. So that might have been what happened. And I also could have measured wrong when I cut. So I'm just putting my scissors right up against the cardstock. And that helps me cut it nice and straight, exactly where I want it. That cardstock helps guide your scissors. Yeah, that is definitely, Crystal's right. She says we learn from our mistakes, and that is exactly right. I have definitely learned a lot over the years from my mistakes, and I still make them. Okay, with my 7-inch piece of ribbon, I always put my ribbon on with tear and tape when I wrap it around and attach it to the back. So I'll get two, and you always want to make it the length of the adhesive to be longer than the width of this, and you'll see why here in a minute. I'm going to put this right along the edge of the DSP. It doesn't have to be centered perfectly up in here. Just make sure the two tails are long enough that they can wrap around. And I'm going to take one of the tear and tapes. I'm going to put it right up close to the edge of the paper. And that's going to hold my ribbon down. And then when I put this on, I'm going to make sure the DSP looks straight right here, because that kind of helps with the ribbon, getting the ribbon straight. And then I'm making it so the ribbon is wrapped around snugly, not too tight, because you don't want the paper to bow on you, but you don't want it too loose that this is all moving around too much. So just make it nice, make it snug. Okay. Oh, Jan, that's fine. She's going to have to leave us. Well, have a good night. Hope you can come back, watch the replay like you planned. I know how things happen. So now this is ready to go on the card base. I'm going to put my seal here. And the nice thing with the tear and tape, I don't have to worry about putting any adhesive on the ribbon. I always used to make sure I had adhesive on it so that it didn't pop up where the ribbon was at. Well, the tear and tape's already over it. I just take these paper backings off, and that leaves put its adhesive on the automatically on the ribbon, so I don't have to worry about that. Bring in my card base, make sure that fold is on the left and the DSP is on the left. And put that right here. I like this summer splash color too. It is so pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in quick since I've got it handy, because it's all ready. And I really like the burnish effect with this because it just goes along with that sketched look. The sketched look isn't perfect, and neither is the coloring, and it just really goes along with it really well. I like that. Now I'm going to bring in the big butterfly and the greeting. The greeting is going to be going over the ribbon. Now I could do it dimensionals, but I'm going to be popping up my butterfly. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little more adhesive on here than I normally would. I'm just going to go all the way around. The edge is a small piece anyway. That way, when it goes over the ribbon a little bit, it's still going to stay on the cardstock. And I'm going to put it back right here, make sure I have it straight. There we go. Push it down. Now I'm going to bring in my butterfly. And on my original, I ended up putting more dimensionals on here. I think I'm going to kind of go with what I did on the first one. Now, this one's a large one, so I'm going to put 2. It definitely needs more than just the 1. Take the paper backings off. Let's see. The flower, the paper is Unbounded Beauty. Make sure I said that. Yes, Unbounded Beauty DSP. That's where those flowers are from. It actually coordinates with the, what's this one called? I'll have to look it up. It's another flower set. There is a suite in the annual catalog called Unbounded Beauty. If you click on the link to my online store, you can just do the search Unbounded Beauty, and you'll see the stamp set that coordinates with this, and it has the stamps that make those exact flowers. It's really pretty. And then I'm going to put this in. I'm going to angle it like this. I want to over the label a little bit, but I don't want to go over my greeting. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to push it down. And this way I can pop those leaves up a little bit if I want to. There we go. And now we just need to put on the bling. This time I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink. Oh, there we go. I'm going to use a large one and put it here on the greeting. And then a small one right here. And I'm going to use another large one and put it right here. So that is the second card. So in case you weren't on at the beginning, you can get these embellishments free with that $50 order. So you'll get a full pack of those embellishments that you've been seeing me use. Yours will be full, of course. I'll explain that here in just a minute. But these are the same embellishments I showed you at the beginning of the video. So there we go. So this one is done. Now it's the last one. This one, there's not a lot, there aren't that many layers to it either, but there's not much stamping at all with this one, because I'm going to be using those standalone dies. And it's another way to add color to those using the DSP. So this is still from the Unbounded Beauty DSP. This one actually just has like a pattern on each side. I'm going to use this one. This is going to be for those butterflies. You'll see the neat effect here in just a minute. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get the card base ready. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Anne. And Crystal, thank you guys so much. Yeah, there we go. Flowers of Beauty. I knew it had the word beauty in it. So that's what the name of the stamp set is that would stamp those flowers for you. Flowers of Beauty. And there are also dice. There's a dice set with it that is bundled with it if you want to get both and save that 10%. Okay, so we can get those corners lined up. And there's my card base. I'm actually going to stamp on this card base. I'm going to bring this back in. And I'm going to use this one that has the little butterflies. I keep saying flowers because that's what I'm used to stamping with. And then I'm just going to kind of make a little thing here. I'm using the same color as this is Pretty in Pink ink on Pretty in Pink cardstock. Now don't worry if it looks a little funky. because we're going to be covering up the center section. I just want one right there, I think. I can always add more later, but that looks good. You don't have to do it here in the center because all that's going to be covered up. So this will look really neat here in just a minute. And, oh, last but not least, I forgot, I'm going to go ahead and get all the stamping done here. I'm going to use Summer Splash. And this one says, "You brighten up so many of my days." And then this is just going to be stamped right in the middle. There we go. And put that to the side. And now I'm going to stamp the inside. I need to look and see what I did. Oh, yeah. So I need to clean off some stamps here. I need the smallest of the full butterflies and the one where you're just getting the side view. Grab my Pretty in Pink. I'm going to stamp this one down here. And at first that was all I was going to do. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this one up here. There we go. So there is the inside of the card. So that is all the stamping to do on this one. Get all these out of the way. Make room for the die cutting machine one more time. Okay. And this time, I'm going to be using this one. Isn't that cool? It's got 3 butterflies to it. This little one and this one here. So all of the detailed ones, standalone ones. So that's the poor little lone die I didn't use. I feel sorry for that butterfly. Okay, now this is a 6 by 3 inch piece. So this is going to be enough for both of the cards. I'm going to put this one on here. This one here. And then I can do this little one right there. Okay. Then put this standard cutting plate on top. Now let me move this out of the way here. There we go. I'm not worrying about the tape this time. As long as it stays on the paper, I'm good. And these die cut really, really good. I'm only going to go through it once. And that is all the die cutting that needs to be done. Get all these pieces out of the way here. Get my little ladybug vacuum. All those pieces picked up. I want to show you how easy it is to get all those little pieces out. So I've got plenty of room over here for the second card. I actually am taking the fingernail of my thumb and kind of putting my index finger underneath and kind of just scratching at it. And almost all of the pieces come out doing that. It comes out super easy. Any of the little ones that don't want to come out, then I can do it with my Take Your Pick tool. But a lot of times I will die cut these ahead of time. But this one, they came together so quick and easy for me. Yesterday, I thought I'll just do it in the video. That way you can see how easy it is. Okay, I've got 2 little ones I can tell there that are not coming. With my finger, that is. They're going to come out no problem. Because they are definitely die cut. There we go. I think that's it. Oh, no, there's one there. And a few in this one. And then I'll bring the butterflies right close to the camera. There we go. And now you can see little different colors in it. Because remember how that paper looked? It's got that watercolor splash, like a watercolor wash type look. So that's why we've got some different colors in the butterflies. Same with this little bitty one. I'm going to put this in my dish before I lose it. And we've got this little one. It's got some different colors. A little hard to tell in the video, it looks like. And then we've got this one. And if you want to turn it over and have a peach pie one, you definitely can do that too. I'm going to stick with these so that one you see the blues and the pinks and the purples in it. Get this out. And if anybody's wondering about this vacuum, you can get it on Amazon. You just search Ladybug Desktop Vacuum, I think. Probably just Ladybug Vacuum. If that doesn't pop up, then do it, say Ladybug Desktop. It works really nice. It comes in handy. Oops, I didn't see that one. Okay. Now that's done. I'm going to bring in the card base. I'm going to go ahead and put the inside here. It does remind, Christy's saying this reminds her of cotton candy, and it does me too. I didn't even think about that. That definitely looks like cotton candy, and I love cotton candy. It's been a while since I've had any, but I love it. Okay, I'm going to put this in. I found some at Walmart once, and I was so excited, and I don't think I've seen it since, but I haven't been looking, though. I'm sure there's still some out there. Put this on here. There's the inside of the card. Now, it's like I stamped on here. I'm not putting another base layer on top of this. A lot of times you'll see me do another layer, but I'm going to be using, I want to show off some of these designs. I've used this paper before in a few classes, this Unbounded Beauty. It's really pretty paper. These two are 3/4 inch by 4 inches. This one is 1 inch by 4 inches. So they're all 4 inches long, but this is 1 inch and these two are 3/4 inch. So I'm going to kind of lay them down. I'm going to bring this one, actually, this one goes on top. So the Coastal Cabana one goes at the bottom. So I'm kind of going to do them like this. Look like they're different sizes, even though they're all 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and take this out. You can definitely use another side if you get the card kits. I kind of wanted to go with the ones that have a little more color to them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this. I mainly do that just so I can tell if I'm getting it in the center. So I'm going to put that down lightly. Grab my pink one. That just gave me an idea of how far over to the left I wanted to put that one. This one I know I want to go down a little bit, but overlap a little bit. And kind of try to make it look so it's like it's in the center of the card. And like I said, I'm just laying it down in case I want to pick it back up again. The seal has some forgiveness to be able to pick it up again for a little while. It becomes totally permanent after a while. This one I'm going to make it the tallest one. Make sure they're straight. Hey, that's better than the first one I did. I had a couple of them cockeyed. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and push these down all the way now because I don't want them to move anymore. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. So I'm going to put one at each end. Oops. Here, that one took the paper backing off. So I want to make sure I had another one with the paper backing. I don't think they cut the paper backing very good on this one. There we go. That one's better. So I just have two I need to remove the backing off of. This one and this one. And this is just going to go right across the middle. Like so. Maybe a little above the middle. But definitely left and right. Actually, I wish I kind of put this one down a little farther, but it's still going to be fine. Okay, because I already pushed them down, so I'm not going to try to lift them up. I'm afraid I'd tear them. That looks fine, though. Now, I'm going to bring in these little guys here. I'm going to get my silicone mat. Oh, Jill, do you have that vacuum? It comes in handy, doesn't it? I love it. Use it a lot. Okay, now, this is going to go on here. I don't want those butterflies to go off the edge of the cardstock. So it's going to be more like this. So I know I'm going to need glue on the bottom of this one, bottom part. A little bit on the outside of this one. And then I'm probably going to put it here on the middle of this one. So get that little piece that's still stuck. There we go. I'm going to grab my glue. So this top one, it's more on the bottom that I want to glue it. If you go too high up, no big deal. It'll dry. Because this is going to be raised up since it's going on this one, since it has dimensionals on it. So it's not going to stick to the card. Now down here, this one is going to stick to the card. I'll show you, you'll understand that here in just a minute. So I'm mainly doing this one in the center. We got another little piece that didn't want to come off. There we go. And I'm going to put this down really easy. Okay, so I'm going to hold the top two butterflies down, put pressure on it on the label. And this one, I'm actually going to have this bottom butterfly attached to the card base down here. There, so it's kind of like he's down a little farther and the others are going up a little bit. Put that a little closer. So that's how that goes on. This one is going to go right here, so you mainly need glue on the bottom. So put a little bit down here. And if you ever get too much glue on this, you just tap a little bit off your silicone mat. And then when this dries, just peel it off. Make sure you don't cover up the greeting when you put this on. Put pressure on it. Oh, Beth, aren't the colors gorgeous? I love them too. I'm glad you're liking them. And then this little guy, I'm just going to put him down here. I thought we need a little something down here. He's not even going to be on the label. So you can see this big section that has no openings on it. I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue there. I'm not going to worry about getting to where the holes are at. There we go. And put him back down here. Put some pressure on it so that glue can take hold. And this one, we can actually kind of pop the wings up if we want to. That's all the butterflies. Now I want to put the bling on, and this card's going to be done. But you can see how we've got all these little butterflies coming out behind it. That just gave a little, made it so that it wasn't just a plain old pink card base. And I could go in and add some more if I wanted to. That's the nice thing with these being so far away. You can just ink up one and stamp. It's a lot easier because they're so far away. I do like that. Now I'm going to grab these. This time I'm going to use the Summer Splash, which are these right here. I'm going to use a large one right here. I'm going to put it on this piece right here. Then I'm going to use a little one. Put it about right here. And then another little one. Almost picked up a shy shamrock. Don't want that. And this one. And that's all I put on that one. You can definitely put more on. And I forgot to show, well, I kind of showed it to you earlier. But with the Essentials dies, I use the number 2 of this one to die cut this one. So that's going to be die cut in the card kit. So all the cards are done already, even though it took us a little long. The intro was a lot longer than normal because I was showing you that brochure. The cards didn't take long, so we're still getting done on time. So there we go. There are all those cards. Now, next week, I'm hoping to be using something in the, I haven't decided yet, in the new mini catalog. That's going to be available by the next live, actually the day before. So when you place an order to get these, if you want to wait till the mini starts, you can, because the last day of this class is Wednesday, and that's the first day of the catalog. So if you want to do that, you can. But if you've got coupons or you want to get that designer series paper while it's on sale, make sure you get your order placed by tomorrow. But you can also do it Saturday, and you have until 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time to get those orders placed. So first off, I'll have you start doing hashtag door prizes. Those of you that came on later and you hadn't had a chance to do this yet, if you do hashtag door prize, let me go ahead and get this up. If you live in the United States and want to be part of my door prize drawing, then do hashtag door prize in your comments, and you will get put in the drawing for this, and I will announce the winner here in just a few minutes. I always have to tell you ahead of time to make sure you do that hashtag door prize, because I always have to wait a minute or so because there's a big delay between when I'm doing it and when you actually see it. So I want to do all this ahead of time, and then I'll finish the video, tell you about the class. So if you want to get in on the drawing for this, and like I said, I'll announce this winner in a couple minutes. These are the 2024 to 2026 In Color resin dots. There we go. That's a lot to say. But these are the same colors that are used in the cards. So these would actually go with these two. But I use those shimmer gems instead. They're with the new In Colors. Now, if you're watching the replay, you also get a chance to win a door prize. So everybody that does the hashtag door prize during the live and during the replay will get put in the drawing for these. These are the Adhesive Backed Pearl Trio. And I will announce the winner for this in next week's live. And if you're doing your hashtag door prize during the replays, you have until noon Eastern time next Thursday, which is September 5th. So now that I've got that done, that gives everybody a chance to do the hashtag door prize. If you did it earlier in the video, you're good. And if you've done it during live here, you don't have to do it again during the replay. You'll still be in that drawing. Don't worry, I'll get you in that wheel. But tonight, make sure you get it typed in just like you see there on the screen here at the bottom. because that way the program that picks the winner will pick out your comment. Okay, I'm seeing some pop up. I'm going to start looking at some of your comments. I was missing them when I was telling you about the door prize. I'm so glad you guys are liking the butterflies. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Lynn. I'm glad you, Lynn Kuntz, I'm glad you liked them. Anne, thank you. Lamal, thanks, Christy. Crystal, Jamie. Card number 2 is your favorite. Oh, good. Yeah, I like that summer splash color with that. That's pretty. I like those together. All the end colors look good together, which is pretty neat. I love it when they do that. Okay. Thanks, Marlene. I'm glad you liked them. And Marva and Jeanne, thanks. Okay, so now I'll tell you how you can get the card kits free. Let me get the ticker going again. So you can keep doing the hashtag door prize. You're good. Let me get this going and put the host code back up. If you place an order, $40 order before shipping and tax, and after you redeem your coupons, if you still need to redeem those, using that host code that you see on the screen, you will get the kits to make 2 each of the cards I made here tonight. So you get to make 2 each of these with these card kits. I do the die cutting for the embossing for you, and the die cutting from the Nested Essentials dies and the Deckled Circles dies. And the die cutting I did with the butterfly set, the sketch butterflies, those you'll have to do on your own, or you can substitute with a totally different bundle. You do not have to use the butterfly. I give you the cardstock you need, and you can just always substitute with another stamp set and do the die cutting from the paper that I supply for you. So that's a $40 order before shipping and tax using that host code. If you bump it up to a $50 order before shipping and tax, I will add the whole pack of those 2024 to 2026 In Color Shimmer Gems that I used on all the cards. So you'll get a full pack, so you'll have plenty left over when you're done making the cards. Now, if your order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, do not use that host code. That way you'll get the Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, and you'll get all of this stuff for free from me also. The reason I have you do the host code for orders under $150, I use the rewards that I earn from the host code to get this free stuff. It helps me to be able to give this free stuff away to you. Because I wouldn't be able to afford to give you all of this free if it weren't for those Stampin' Rewards, because I can defer my cost a little bit using the rewards I get. Okay, I think we are ready to do. I saw some more pop up here. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. I'm glad you liked them. Let's see. Well, I might have already said that. Hi, Lorraine. Joanne, good. I'm glad you liked them. Thanks, Diana. Yeah, the butterflies are gorgeous. I love them. And yeah, Victoria, you like that DSP. It's really pretty. It's called Unbounded Beauty, if you want to look that up. Okay, I am getting ready for the door prize. There are the new In Color resin dots. That's a lot faster to say than the years. Let me get the raffle up here. I'm going to count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Congratulations, Marlene. I do have your address, so you are set. Let me hurry up and get your name written down. I was watching the little crowd thing. I finally figured out how to know when that crowd sound quits. So I was watching that too intently. Okay, so I will mail these out to you at the beginning of the week. I do have your address. Okay, that is it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the class. I love all the bright colors with this. It is so pretty. And now, like, I'll be making fall and Christmas projects. So I wanted to make sure I did another bright one for summer. This is, I guess, this weekend's the last official weekend of summer. I know it still is technically until September 20th or something like that. But once Labor Day's over, everybody starts switching to fall stuff, which I'm okay with that. I love fall. I love fall colors. Oh, you're welcome, Marlene. Congratulations. Okay. So I will see you again next week. Be on the lookout for my 12 weeks of fall and Halloween. I did one on Monday with a pencil case, a Halloween pencil case. If you haven't seen that one, make sure you check that one out. I'm hoping to have another one up beginning part of next week. Labor Day is going to kind of mess that up. So sometime next week, I'll have another one up for you. It might be a fall one because I think I'm going to wait till I can get that Halloween paper that's in that scrapbooking brochure that I talked about here at the beginning and showed you at the beginning of the video. So if you missed the beginning of the video, you can watch the replay. And also, if you want to see any of the catalogs, the digital versions, there's a link down below in the video description on YouTube, and under the Learn More button at the top of my page, it just says the current Stampin' Up! Catalogs. Just click on that, and you'll get to see that brochure I just showed you and the big annual catalog. And then on Wednesday, I'll be allowed to put the holiday mini, which is the September to December mini, is official name. I'll be able to put a link to that catalog on Wednesday once it goes live. Okay, that is it. Let me look at some of your comments here. Oh, yeah, Anna, she says, have a good weekend, everyone. I hope you guys all do. I keep forgetting it's Labor Day weekend, even though I just said that. So I hope you guys all have a great 3-day weekend, and I will see you again next Thursday. Bye, guys.